Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna do a little story time slash get ready with me slash stoned thoughts, little, just a little moment, little video moment. I already washed and moisturized my face. Hello, oh my god, my skin's looking so clear, god bless. Got one of those little like vacuum things. What are they called? It's like a pore vacuum, whatever. My skin's clean as fuck and I'm here for it. But I also did like primer and tinted moisturizer because I like to do both before foundation because it makes it go on like smooth. And yeah, so that's just like how I prepped and things. Okay, let's do this. So my story time today is about my high school experience because I think it was rather weird. Coming home for break always reminds me of it, and the more I think about it, the weirder it is. Now, no tea, no shade. I love that school. They did a lot for me. They gave me a full ride for 7 years from 6 through 12, like meals, bus, everything. So like shout out to Athenian, you really did that. You kept a homie out of the public school system, God bless ya. But that being said, it still was a really fucking weird school. So let's just start at the beginning, like with the foundation. Let's start with the foundation of the story. Don't mind my ghetto ass little Ziploc bag and sponge thing. This is a time about sharing, not a time for judgment, so I don't need that. But yeah, so it all started in 6th grade. I got accepted into the Athenian school, and I obviously was geeked because I always thought I was smart, but I didn't think I was like private school smart, but they let me in on a full scholarship, so I guess I am. So I got in and I was very, very, very excited, and we went to our first open house, and that is when I first heard about the Athenian Wilderness Experience, and that happened starting in 11th grade, but they kind of prepare you if you're there for all 7 years, and even if you're only there for the high school part, which is 4 years, obviously. I don't know how high school works internationally. The fuck do I know about anything? Sorry, but yeah, so they kind of like prep you for it over time so that it feels a little less jarring, but that being said, it was still extremely jarring. Yes, I put foundation on my eyelids. Fuck you if you think that I shouldn't. So in 6th grade, we had our first camping excursion where we all got a bunch of tents and a bunch of little 6th graders. I was young for my grade, so I had like just turned 10 or some shit. God, that was a decade ago, fuck. Okay, but yeah, so I like just turned 10. I'm out here, and these Caucasians said, Avery, you're going camping. And I said, what? Never been camping a day in my life. Don't know who the fuck a tent is. Don't know what the fuck a knot is. So 6th grade, it's just basic, like, like you take your little mess kit, you like cook some things on like a little fire pit, and it was like a really cute like little camping trip. And I was like, okay, camping, I kind of fuck with it, not that bad. But they always gotta escalate, They can't just like let it be cute. No, it has to be a wilderness experience, so they have to escalate that shit. So I think it was 9th grade is when we went on the second camping trip, if I'm not mistaken, which I probably am. And on that one we needed to actually like know like the knots and shit and like set up not a tent, a fucking tarp, and all of us sleep under that bitch. And it was just I love my personal space. I really hate being close to people, especially people I don't particularly fuck with. And in middle school I didn't particularly fuck with literally anybody, so except for Nia starting in 8th grade. Shout out Nia and Becca. I don't know why I'm being a bummy ass bitch. Like Becca didn't like save my whole life by being an amazing person, so shout out to the Elliott family, you guys are great. But yeah, no, so then 9th grade they got me out here tying knots, feeling like an Eagle Scout, gotta like, and just all kinds of shit, and it's just all so much. So yeah, so it's freshman year of high school, and then sophomore year of high school is when I'm like, you know what, I should do some more. I should like branch out. I should become a citizen of the world, and I should really do more with my like 14-year-old life. So the opportunity came for what's called a round square trip, where in these private schools there's what's called a consortium, big word, where it's just like a bunch of private schools that like do shit together, but it's like international. So like you can go visit other round square schools. Now I was a fraidy ass bitch, and it was only sophomore year, so I went on a safe trip and just went to Boca Raton, Florida. That was my first time going to Florida, but first we did like a staycation in San Francisco, so where we like stayed in a hostel. Stayed in a hostel, which was also weird. I'm like, this is just bunk beds but with strangers. I don't know how I feel about this. It's like a dorm with people that you do not know, which I guess is just a dorm now that I think about it. I guess you don't know anyone in your dorm before. Whatever, you know what I mean. It's a whole lot of strangers. It was very strange. I wasn't used to strangers at that point in life, and I was not a fan. But it was a really fun trip. Got to go see Florida, got to stay in that hostel, got to feel like, like independent for the first time. Got to like flirt with boys that didn't go to my school. So like, it was just like such a flex. Yeah, dude, I can't multitask. It's one or the other. Either I'm doing my makeup or I'm talking. On God. But you know what? I'm trying to not look completely ugly, even though I'm doing this for myself. I'm not going anywhere. But yeah, so got that little fun. Met some Australian and like British and like like a girl from Namibia that I'm still friends with. Like that was a super dope trip. Definitely worth it. And the summer after that year, I was like, you know what, bitch? Let's level up. Let's get ready for this wilderness experience. So the opportunity came for what's called an experiment in international living, which isn't technically like a part of my school, but they were advertising at my school, like handing out brochures and shit. So I decided, since I'd been taking Mandarin Chinese since 6th grade, and I was now in 10th grade, that I was like, you know what, I should like go to China. And so a bitch really snapped and did that. I went all the way to northern China. We landed in Beijing, and then we not traveled, basically backpacked across northern China. So it was definitely a preparation for this wilderness experience that I was forced to endure in order, because it's a graduation requirement. Keep that in mind. Graduation requirement. So like keep that in the back of your head as I like go more into it in detail. So I go to northern China, and that was by far one of the best life experiences I've ever had. Not because I particularly enjoyed being in China, but just because I did that, and I can say that I like experienced it and like I was out there. Like that was a whole 30 days just in northern China, staying everywhere from like yurts to hostels to like weird little like motels to like luxury apartments. Like they took us like every sphere of life we got to walk through it, literally, because we were walking around with backpacks like crackheads. And it was an amazing experience. Made some amazing friends that I'm still friends with today. I can still go up and like visit them whenever I feel like it, and that's dope. Some from New York. One girl was from Spain, but now she lives in Boston, but she's also from Mexico. Valentina, I hope you see this one day and know that your lineage makes no sense to me. I'm sorry, it's been years. I still don't get it, but I love you, bitch, and that's what matters. Willa, who I always go see in upstate New York. Love that bitch to the day I die. Raquel, Adobe. Shout out to my bitches that I met on that truly special trip to China. It was unique, I'll say that much. It was truly unique. So anyway, so I went to China, did some backpacking, did some sightseeing, took some cute pictures, got that like Great Wall of China, like that weird flex, and that was sick. So then comes junior year. Junior year is the time that I've been thinking of since 6th grade, that I've been dreading, but also kind of anticipating, so just like really confused feelings about. And it became more and more of a reality when we started doing like prep training. It became like it was a PE course option for you to do like a wilderness prep training, like endurance training for how intense it's gonna be, because my stupid ass did not realize how intense it was gonna be, so I wasn't really taking it as a big deal. So let's start at the beginning of the trip. So how it begins is you all go to campus, right? And then there's like the little thing where like you get like sorted into groups. I don't remember how that whole process went, but whatever. There's groups of like 9 or 10 kids who are in your year, and some of which you've known since 6th grade, some since 9th grade. The point is y'all kind of know each other, but they try to like make the groups that you don't like know each other. But I still have people in my group that I was like cool with, dope friends. Shout out to y'all, the Cougars. It was a fun time. Not really, actually it sucked. It was one of the worst times of my life, but I had a fun time because of those people. The experience itself, fuck that. Never camping again. And this is why, for anyone who wonders why I'm so against camping. This is why, because I've been there, done that. I'm over it. So we're out here, we get sorted into our little groups, and then we like, we have our backpacks where it's like you can only on the trip take what you can carry, and there's like a list of stuff that you can and can't take. But I obviously hid extra food in the lining of my backpack because a bitch was not about to be hungry. I was not gonna starve in these streets. I needed energy, and I knew they were gonna feed me like some fucking trail mix and tell me to keep going, and I was not about it. So I hid like some MREs, which if you don't know, they're meals ready to eat. Shout out to my mom for being a military daughter and knowing all these things. So packed some meals ready to eat in my bag, stashed some candy, and I was just like, all right, I guess we're doing this. So here they drop us off at this national park after like a 7-hour bus ride, because California long, bitch. It takes a while to get from up here in the San Francisco Bay Area to down there in fucking Death Valley, which, by the way, named Death Valley. How did I not know this trip was gonna be a fucking ordeal? So anyway, so we're out here, barbecue sauce on my titties. No, but like we're out here, and I'm just like staring at all this dirt, and I'm staring at these like 9 people that I like kind of know, but I don't know like that. And I'm like, damn, this is gonna be something else. So we're there, it's the first night, they make us food the first night. It's disgusting, it was just trash. That was my first sign that I'm like, ooh bitch, if this is where we're starting, it's gonna be rough in these streets. So we just like had like a really bland meal of like beans and rice or some shit. And then we all just like lay down under the stars, which I will say is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Like the stars in Death Valley at night are unreal. Like I don't have words. I try to take pictures, none of them do it justice. Like it's just gorgeous. So we're out there, and then comes the first day of hiking. Now I may or may not have had bronchitis, but I refuse, because if I would have refused to go on the trip because I was sick, then I would have had to go on another trip in the summer, because this one was in March. The other one was in like June or July or some shit, and I didn't want to be out here in my summer like climbing mountains, whatever they do in the high Sierras. I don't know, because that was the other option. Like you do summer in high Sierras, or you can do spring in Death Valley, and I was like, spring, fuck it, I miss class and I can just get this over with, rip the band-aid. So I get there, I'm super sick, just dosed to shit on Dayquil that I also snuck in my bag, and just so congested, so exhausted. And they're like, all right, pick up your bag, which weighs like half my body weight. That bag was like 55 pounds. I'm 5'2" on a good day, and like 130 pounds wet now. Back then, that was like during track season, I was like 118 maybe. So we're out here, heavy ass shit on my back. So we gotta carry food, water, like everything on our back. And we just start walking, and I just remember thinking, I'm gonna fucking die here. I'm gonna die out here in this desert. I look ahead and I see nothing. I look behind me and I see nothing. And I hate this. This is the worst. Because the more you walk, the more you realize there's no going back. Like you just have to keep going. So we're just walking along. There's obviously no reception, so none of us have like cell phones, anything like that. Like no music, it's just us and each other. And when I tell you, there's no easier way for motherfuckers to get on your nerves than to be forced out in isolation with them for 26 days. I got annoyed in ways I didn't even know were possible. Like it was so wild. That being said, I do love 8 of those 9 people very, very, very much. The one that I don't fuck with, you know who you are. We don't need to get into that. But the rest of you, love y'all for life. Literally my family, because we went through some shit. So we're hiking along, like the days start passing, but like the first day, the first day that we had a student in charge of the navigation, because we're out here like in the olden days with fucking maps and compasses. Like I know how the fuck to read a map, and I was the first team leader, and I kid you not, I had no idea how to read this fucking map. I had not a clue. I didn't look that shit up before the trip. I faked the shit out of it, and by a miracle of God, we made it to the right place. Because that right place was our resting place, because we had one rest day that was like day 9 or some shit. But we were walking like 13 miles a day. And when I say like a day, I mean like the whole day. Like we'd wake up at like 6, eat breakfast, start hiking at 7, and then pause for lunch at like 1, and then settle for our campsite for the night and cook dinner at 7. And then you get to sleep, and then you start all fucking over. If you can get to sleep, because you're sleeping on a fucking mat and sleeping bag in the literal wilderness, got bugs and shit, dirt and shit, animal shit, human shit, because we're all just shitting everywhere. It's all too much. There's too much going on. My fucking neuroses were just like firing at 1,000. But yeah, so we start settling into a routine at least. Like the days start kind of slugging by. Then we go on like this cute little rock climbing trip on our rest day. I obviously didn't rock climb because why the fuck would I add more ways for me to fall and die if I don't have to? Saw some cool landmarks, got some cool pictures. Shit's dope. So then we're getting further into the middle, and now we're just kind of like, we're kicking it. We found our rhythm. We're still annoying the fuck out of each other, but like we're dealing with it better. That one person who I will not mention their name was still an asshole, but like, people gonna be how they be. You just gotta keep moving, keep rolling with it. So we get to the point that I've been waiting for that entire trip, and it was solo. Solo is where you spend 72 hours completely by yourself in isolation. The closest person is a mile away from you, is how they space us out. I've never been happier in my entire life to just have me and fucking silence, because you get real sick of these bitches real fast. And I'm like, just be able to sit and also not have to fucking hike. Like, I just want to, because you don't have to go anywhere for that 3 days. Like, you can just sit the fuck still. And at this point, this is like day like 19. I never got better, obviously, because we're walking like 10 plus miles a day, eating 3 little mousy meals, little teeny tiny little snacks, just eating like little ass meals. I'm trying not to drink water because I want to stop to piss on an open trail like that. I'd rather wait until we're camped for the night, and then I can like run away and like piss. But you still end up running into other people on accident because there are only so many directions you can go, and there's 10 of you, and it's just stress. And then there are people like Ira who will literally just whip it out and take a piss right next to you, and I haven't forgotten that. The time that I was praying, I was in the middle of my dua, just trying to pray to Allah to keep me alive, keep my faith in God through this ordeal. And while I'm praying, I literally just hear it, and this motherfucker just whipped it out and was just pissing right next to me praying. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Why? Like, why? Why would you do something like that? People be kooky. People be quirky in this world. I'll never understand. Like, that has not left me to this day. I'm like, wow. People are crazy. People really be like that. That being said, I love that kid, but I was just like, really? Right here, right now, this is what we're doing? So yeah, so I got to sit there in my little, not a tent. Again, let's be clear, it's a tarp. But they had to teach us how to tie the knots, and you get one pole and a tarp, so it's like flat, and then there's an opening, and it kind of slopes down to the ground, and it's like just big enough for my 5'2" ass. So I'm so sorry for all the dudes that had their feet like sticking out of there, and probably the other girls. I don't know how tall people are. I don't know how being tall works. I'm like from the Lollipop Guild. I don't fucking know. But yeah, no, just me, myself, and I made my best friend. It was a stick. I have that stick to this day. I'm not gonna go get it because who the fuck has the time for that? But I kept like a lot of like all the like weird random things I brought back from that trip. I kept, because I'm just making memories. I also kept a journal on that trip, and I don't want to read any excerpts because they were really, really, really sad. Like, I forget how much I hated being out there until I reread that journal. I'm like, god damn, I was going through it. Like, I hated it. Not one positive thing in that whole journal. I was just like, another fucking day, this fucking place. I gotta do this fucking shit again. All I gotta do is wake up every day and eat this fucking granola and walk fucking 10,000 miles, and I'm sick and I just wanna go home. Like, it was just like the worst every single day. But on solo they gave us our letters from home, where we got letters from like our family. That obviously made me sob like the littlest bitch. Like, just imagine like the littlest bitch. Like, I'm just sobbing. All the water in my body, like I had any water to spare. I was just dehydrating myself, fucking bawling like a child. But you know what? It's been 19 days with no communication with the outside world. I started to miss my mom and dad and my siblings. It was just all too much, and my grandparents. It was all a lot. One tear for the troubles I went through. And yeah, what was I doing? Oh, I was doing my makeup. Oh shit, I forgot. But anyway, let's do something to my eyebrows. They look less wild. No, I'll do my eyeshadow first. But yeah, so we're out there, we're on solo, and after solo came the truly scary part, which is independence. Yes, they're different, though similarly named. I too am easily confused. So independence is when you're, oh yeah, because I think I forgot to mention, through this whole process we have like 2 actual professional like trail leaders, like people who like do all the shit in the wilderness all the time and like guide us and lead us and all that. And then they like slowly transferred like the maps to us, and then we had like our alone time, and now it's time for independence, where it's just the 10 of us alone trying to figure out where we're going. And that was the worst idea that anyone has ever had. I'll try to speak louder because I'm gonna be looking down to do this. But yeah, so at this point, our leaders are gone. Pete and Bree, shout out to Pete and Bree. They really kept homies alive and kept us from like murdering each other, because that's not legal. Though it was really tempting with all the cliffs. But yeah, so now on independence, our dumbasses are meant to lead our damn selves all around this wilderness. So we're just in a desert leading ourselves. Who thought of that? I do not know. But once we got to independence, that's when shit fell apart a little. I'm not gonna lie, shit started falling apart. We're out there, just maps and compasses, trying to figure out what the damn fuck is going on. Just trying to, you know, make some sense in this wacky world. Make something make sense. And they just left us completely in charge. So the first day we start walking, and I think we went like 10 miles in the wrong direction. So we decided to just stop in the wrong place and go the fuck to sleep, so you'd walk 12 hours in the wrong direction. And that's really depressing, you know? So we were just like, you know what? We'll go to sleep, we'll try again tomorrow. But when I look like the altitudes that we had to do, sorry, my battery's low, so it gave me like the little your battery's low like complaint. The altitudes we had to hike, I had past tense a very strong fear of heights, which I have since that trip gotten over. So shout out to Athenian, you really did that, you snapped. But we were up there climbing and climbing and climbing, my lungs giving out, dehydration setting in, and we just had to keep going because there's really no other choice. Like, what do you do but keep going? Where am I gonna go if not forward? Because forward will lead me to the end point, which will lead me to back to my home. So yeah, it was just like such a traumatic experience. My favorite quote from the experience was when one of the girls in the group said, it's like, what if this was all just like a trick and they just like leave us here? Like, what if this is the rest of our lives? And she just deadpan looks me in the eye and said, I'd fucking kill myself. And I said, bitch, you right. So we were just out there. Things were kind of bleak. We weren't really in good spirits because we hungry and we walking. And there's only so much you can do when you're like outputting that many calories, and you really need to be like taking some in to balance. See, am I looking crazy a little bit, but like we'll blend. So independence, we're just trying to find our groove, just for the love of God, just praying we're going the right way, because our instructors are trailing like 2 miles behind, so we have no way of knowing if we're going the right way or not. We just have to guess. Hopefully, but I think if we had been going like the complete wrong way, they would have had to like jump in and be like, hey, yo, dumbasses, go this way. Oh God, I'm such a talker. Just have so much to say, and just like so quirky like that. So after independence, we finally get to the end of this perilous journey, which included bouldering, which if you don't know is rock climbing without the ropes. Not the same as the rock climbing day, which was safe and ropey. It was bouldering day, where you pass your backpack up to the instructors and then you free climb with no ropes up to like this like cliff face that has a little ledge, and then they strap you into like a little, like what are those called, like those C-clamp fucking things that rock climbers use, and they tether you and you just scooch across like you're in a fucking action movie, like you're in a Liam Neeson goddamn movie. Like, do I look like a Hemsworth to you? I don't have that kind of action skill. I'm just a kid. So I was out here shuffling, crying inside, all that good stuff. And then what was the other scary day? Oh yeah, when they made us, it was our first ascent, our first peak ascent, which is what the outdoorsy hiking people call it. And it gave me a heart attack because I just like shat myself as we got to the top because that shit was scary and I was not ready at all for it to be that high. It's like I got to the top and then I looked down and then I just like burst into tears. Like I just started having a panic attack. Shout out to Eric for calming me down for what I now know was my first panic attack. Didn't realize it at the time that that's what panic attacks are, but now a bitch has a psychiatrist. I know what panic and anxiety are. They're my two closest friends. So yeah, panicking, there was panic attacks involved, getting on each other's nerves. This one kid kept fucking yodeling. And I was just like, yo, like that ain't it, sis. You really need to cut that shit. And he just wouldn't, so like, that's where I wanted to murder. But couldn't, because it's amiga. Wait, let's reach for this brush. Okay. So, yeah, we like kind of got a rhythm together. We made it to the end point, which was really satisfying. And then once we get there, then like you see cars for the first time in 26 days, which was weird. Being in a vehicle and moving so fucking fast terrified me. Oh wait, no, I skipped a step. The car drives us to base camp. Yes, I didn't skip a step, but in my head I did, you know. Got ahead of myself mentally. Stay on my wavelength. So, we get in the cars and they take us to a base camp where we meet with like the other groups. There's like 3 or 4 other groups, some shit like that. And so we all like meet up and we get to see other people for the first time and it's fucking lit. Cause you really get on each other's nerves and really get sick of looking at each other. So it's nice to get to look at some other people, get to chat, get to see like what their experience was like. So we like see them in passing, but they intentionally have like the groups go different routes so we don't like see each other to keep the isolation. So, ooh, I do like this. Ooh. What do I want to do? I want to do this under. I'm losing daylight here, but do I give a fuck? No. A bad bitch don't need to see. Do it on instincts. I see with my third eye, bitch. Period. So yeah, what was I talking about? Base camp, seeing other people, shit's lit, can finally get some fucking space from those motherfuckers who I love to this day, but at the time I was just like, please, anyone else. I just want conversation with a different person. So that was lit. Seeing some friends, swapping stories. Then they put us all on a bus to go back to campus. And that's when you're just like, like I've made it. Ooh, like I'm on my way back. How lovely. And then you remember the catch. The catch that's called running. Because being out in the wilderness for all that time, that wasn't enough. No. Now you have to run in, I believe it was 8 miles. They drop you off 8 miles away from campus. And if you cheat, they'll make you do the entire experience again. Like, you'll have to go straight back to that damn desert and they say, motherfucker, try again. So you have to run those 8 miles. And that may be the ugliest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life. To be walking for that long, I'm not in running shape anymore. Like, the fuck? I can't run. We've been walking for a month. I haven't run at all because I'm conserving my calories to not drop dead in the desert. And they tell me run 8 miles to your family. So I'm just like running, crying, vomiting, just so many things. They had like the instructors posted with like water breaks. They just had a drum of water, which is what they're called. They're just like these big like sacks with little spouts. It's like if you ever had Franzia, it's like a wine bag, but water. Hydration, a concept. Would have rather it been wine so I could get through that experience. But yeah, so you're just running, they're randomly posted and they like pour water in your mouth and like down your entire body and you're just like, oh, I'm wet and upset. Then you're jogging and my body's like, no, spit it out, and then you're just like vomiting the not food that's in your body. There's like nothing left. And after that, then you finally run back. It's like a whole thing. That's part of why I wanted to do it in the spring so that I could like make it be like a school-wide welcome back, you know? Like you feel like famous and like, you know, you feel really loved. Granted, at the moment I couldn't care less because running took everything out of me, and when I got to my family I literally collapsed and just was sobbing. And my mom asked me, why are you crying? And I said, I'm just so happy to not be in the fucking desert. But I was just overwhelmed, couldn't even recognize like who I was talking to or what was going on. I was just like home, shower, bed. 26 days, no shower. Imagine that. I don't have to, because I remember vividly, I smelled like a goat's ass in the worst of ways. Like, honestly, I don't think there's words to describe how bad I smelled. But the thing is, you really go nose blinds, like, when you're out there. So I didn't notice until I got home and realized what not disgusting smells like. Because we all smell like shit, so then nothing smells like shit, and it's like, what even is shit? It's an illusion. But then you come home and you're like, nah, dude, I smell like shit. Someone help, SOS, someone help me. So, at this point, I'm finally home with my family, and I just eat for days, because when I tell you I lost like 10 pounds that I did not afford to lose. I was a skeleton when I came back. Skin, bone, period. A bitch was like a size 0. None of my clothes fit. Because all of like my hiking clothes were like elasticy, like athletic, like shits. But bitch, I was way too skinny. That shit was terrifying. I never want to look like that ever again. Because people would always talk about like, oh, like my post-AWE body. Like I was so cute. I'm like, nah, bitch. I looked like one of them starving kids in those ads. Like I did not look good at all. I had no titties gone. My body ate my titties a while ago. I was just like, you could count my ribs. It was just no, I took a while to put weight back on, because sorry, not everyone struggles with having weight. Some of us struggle with keeping weight on. So AWE, a big fuck you for that one. I was really counterproductive for my body health. But whatever, I did it. It's my fault. I knew it was a graduation requirement when I started going to that school, but I was in 6th grade. I didn't know better. And it was a really amazing opportunity. Like, I did a lot of really great stuff there, and I'm like really happy I went. But like, the wilderness experience really could have missed me with that. I was not here for it. Focus. Because it's like, I can't see my normal eyes, so you're just gonna go on instinct, bitch. Instinct. That's all I need. I don't need no fucking thing else except my instincts. Alright, let's see what else do I got here that I want to throw in. As you can see, tired. Sun is setting, so is my mood. No, not my mood, just like my energy. I want to go back to watching The Circle, which is such a good show. It's so trash, but so good, and I hate that I'm so easily got like this. Or it'd be like that. And yeah, let's see. Some other good things about Athena. I feel like I should balance it out with like positivity. Robotics team was sick. First robotics collective or whatever the fuck it's called, FRC. Shit's lit. Good luck to Athenian Team 852 this year. I know you kids are gonna do great things. But you have big shoes to fill, because like I kind of left a legacy, you know. But you know, I'm sure you guys can do something. No, but no, they're gonna do great. I feel it. Let me think. What else? Dance team. Tanika Webb, bombest dance coach I've ever had. She whooped my ass in every way, and I'm thankful. Because sometimes a bitch needs to get her ass whooped, and she did that. But yeah, no, track team, just like, so many memories. Oh, high school was a different person, it was a different life. Everything was so different. I was just a regular schmegular girl, you know? Just out here trying to graduate and get into college. Now here we are in undergrad, fucking dying. You know? Life happens. I'll need to like go get some light in the bathroom so I can see how my makeup looks. I have no idea. Quirky thing. This is the high makeup in the dark challenge. And that's what this is. You're welcome. The content you didn't know you wanted. But why am I bothering closing this? Like I care. Glitter makes everything better, and that's a cold hard fact. As they proved to me in Euphoria, glitter is for sad bitches, and I'm here for it. It's just like little glitter tears. just want to be an e-girl, but like I'm not, you know? It's so sad. I feel like I deserve to be just like, you know, like an e-girl, but I just don't care enough to like put that much effort into the look. You know, this is high concept makeup, y'all don't even understand. You know, the full moon transit, co-star said, be creative, bitch. I said, bitch, okay. Can't argue with the stars. What do I look like? Some kind of heretic? And what else was I doing? Mascara is a thing that I do, sure. I'm just gonna take a lot of focus. I'm gonna be silent for this part. I'm gonna poke my goddamn eye out. I'm probably making a weird ass face. But probably, I mean definitely, because I can see myself in this little mirror. Makeup is such a concept. It's like painting for your face. I'm literally finger painting on my face. Yeah. Beautiful. How beautiful society is. In very, very specific instances. Most of the time it sucks. This isn't about that. This is about positivity and makeup and fun. Sorry, I'm dead inside. So yeah. See, I think I'm finishing up here. I want like a heavy highlight down my nose. I almost forgot. I want to do like a pink. You know, like that e-girl thing where like they look like sick and cold. It's like I want like that. Like just... I think that's it. That buttered my biscuit. Shout out to Doja Cat, my fucking queen icon. My second favorite Gemini. Shout out to my little bee. But my other little mad, who's a Libra. Fucking love good signs. You know, I love signs that like really align with me. I want an upper lip. God, this Fenty highlight really does something. Nice. Okay. But now I want to do like highlight, you know, not highlight. I want highlight. You dig? Because there's definitely a difference that I put in. I don't know. There it is. Bless. I didn't lose it. Beautiful. Okay. And also, you don't know what I'm smoking, so YouTube, don't take this down. Also, I live in California and have a medical marijuana license, so got a problem with me smoking weed, take it up with my psychiatrist. Which you can't because, like, patient privilege, so go fuck yourself. Oh, yeah, that's a highlight. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like coarser highlight on the cheekbone, you know, like a fine highlight on the nose, like Fenty, but then like this Supreme Frost bullshit from Jeffree Star. Now, granted, I have a bunch of Jeffree Star makeup. Have I bought any of it? No. I got this from my friend Colin, who got like one of his like mystery box things, but he doesn't wear makeup, so he's just like, take it. And so here I am. Okay. Chapstick. Doing things out of order because I'm doing the fuck I want. Setting spray. Yes, sir. We're getting somewhere. I thought we were gonna get nowhere, but we got somewhere. And where we got is the darkness. Wow. Hi, welcome to my high quality content. I'm literally in the goddamn dark right now. Excellent. Everything's going excellent. Everything's going great. Hi, my name is Avery and I am putting on lipstick. That was it. like a light. I want like purple. It's just like one coat. And then this like shimmer over thing, like makes everything glittery. And I am a ham. Yes, bitch. I can't see, but I know I look good, bitch. I can tell that much. This is just for me because I like smelling like roses. Essential oils are really calming, you know, really center me. So yeah. All right, so now I'm gonna go to the bathroom and actually see what this looks like because I have no idea. See you there. I did a lot of this in the dark. Like, she cute. I can still run my house and look cute because that's my right, you know? So yeah, thanks for coming on this quirky journey of me babbling while doing what I love to do, which is random nonsense. So yeah, like and subscribe. Mwah.